name is Doepfer of Doepfer Musikelektronik. We are here at the Musikmesse in Frankfurt. I would like to show you one of our new products. It's called Dark Energy. It's an analog monophonic synthesizer, which has a lot of very special features. I would like to show you. It is equipped, as most of all analog synthesizers, with a VCO, a VCF, a VCA, an envelope generator, and 2 LFOs. We have some specialties. For example, the LFOs have a range switch where you can select the frequency range of standard LFO range, audio range, or very long range, so that you have period times of several minutes. Oh, I think it's the best. I will show you something at the machine. I have prepared it for a standard analog synthesizer sound. It's nothing but a VCO that goes into a VCF and a VCA, and both the VCF and the VCA are controlled by the envelope generator, the ADSR type. You can do all the things you probably know, like opening the filter, changing the resonance, or the envelope amount. You can get a little bit a brighter sound if you add pulse with modulation. For this I use the LFO2. So the sound becomes richer. We have an octave switch for the VCO. For example, you can use the velocity of the keyboard to control the filter. So you can obtain a very flexible sound while you are playing. Okay, now we'll show you some special features you may not expect from such a small machine. First of all, I turn off the VCO. That means now we have no sound. And what I do is I increase the resonance of the VCF up to self-oscillation. So now we obtain a sine oscillator. I have a switch that allows the VCF to follow the VCO. It's called the tracking switch. If I turn it on, the VCF tracks to the VCO, and you can play it like a sine oscillator. And now I show you a very special feature. This is the linear modulation of the VCF by the VCO. I have the control LFM, linear frequency modulation. If I increase this control, the VCF is modulated by the triangle wave of the VCO, and it sounds like that. The very special feature of this modulation is that the harmonic content remains the same when you play on the keyboard, because you have a linear modulation and both VCO and VCF follow each other. I play a little around with the envelope generator. In addition, you also have exponential modulation of the filter. I turn the linear now to 0 again, and this is the exponential modulation control. I switch it to LFO2, and I switch the LFO into the audio range. What we now hear is exponential modulation of the VCF. that sounds different compared to the linear modulation. Because the harmonic content changes with the exponential modulation if you play on the keyboard. Now you can add both modulations at the same time. I increase again the linear modulation control. Now we have both at the same time, exponential and linear modulation. So you can obtain really very strange sounds, and if you turn the controls for the modulations to 0, you have again the clean sine wave. You have also the possibility to modulate the VCA not only by the ADSR but also by an LFO. For this I add a little bit of initial gain and increase the level of the modulation and switch to the LFO. You can also use the rectangle for modulation. And you can also switch the LFO to audio range. This means you obtain amplitude modulation in the audio range. And you can combine that with the modulation of the filter. So these are sounds you may not have expected from such a small machine with only a VCO, VCF, ADSR and envelope. Yeah, I think these are the most important features of our Dark Energy.